If you are taking magnesium glycinate every day and you are over 60, there is one mistake that could quietly affect your heart. Most people believe magnesium glycinate is always gentle, always safe, and always beneficial. It is commonly used for better sleep, fewer muscle cramps, and a calmer nervous system. And in many situations, that belief is understandable. But here's the truth that rarely gets discussed clearly, especially with older adults. Even a supplement known for being safe can become a problem when it is taken the wrong way, at the wrong dose, or by a body that has changed with age. Let me be very clear right from the start. This is not a fear-based message. I am not telling you to stop taking magnesium glycinate. The issue is not the magnesium itself. The issue is how your body handles magnesium after 60, when your heart rhythm, blood pressure control, and kidney function are no longer as resilient as they once were. I see this often. People over 60 who eat well, try to stay active, and take supplements with good intentions begin to notice things that do not quite make sense. Unusual fatigue, lightheadedness, a racing or slow heartbeat at night, blood pressure that suddenly feels unstable. Magnesium is almost never questioned because it has a reputation for being harmless. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly who needs to be more cautious with magnesium glycinate, how much your body actually needs at this stage of life, and when taking it at the wrong time can quietly interfere with your heart and your sleep. So stay with me and watch this video all the way through. What you are about to learn can help you protect your heart, keep your blood pressure steady, and use magnesium glycinate the right way starting today. Magnesium glycinate has become one of the most popular magnesium supplements, especially among adults over 60. And there is a good reason for that. When people hear the word magnesium, many immediately think about stomach upset or diarrhea. That reputation came from older forms like magnesium oxide or magnesium citrate, which can pull water into the intestines. Magnesium glycinate is different. Magnesium glycinate is magnesium bound to glycine, an amino acid that your body already uses every day. This pairing makes the mineral easier to absorb through the gut and much gentler on the digestive system. For many older adults, that matters a great deal. As we age, stomach acid tends to decline, digestion becomes less efficient, and the gut can be more sensitive. A supplement that absorbs well without causing digestive distress feels like a clear win. That high absorption is one of the main reasons magnesium glycinate is trusted. When magnesium is absorbed efficiently, the body does not need as much to achieve an effect. People often notice fewer muscle cramps, less twitching, and a general sense of relaxation. For someone who has struggled with leg cramps at night or muscle tightness after walking, that relief can feel almost immediate. Another reason magnesium glycinate is so widely recommended is its effect on the nervous system. Magnesium plays a calming role in the body. It helps regulate neurotransmitters and supports the parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for rest and recovery. Glycine itself is also calming and is involved in sleep signaling in the brain. When you put those two together, magnesium glycinate often feels soothing, especially in the evening. This is why many doctors suggest magnesium glycinate for sleep, not as a sedative, but as a way to help the body settle. Older adults often struggle with falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up feeling tense. Magnesium glycinate can help relax muscles, quiet nerve signals, and support a smoother transition into sleep. That makes it very appealing for people who want a natural option rather than a prescription sleep aid. Muscle cramps are another big reason this supplement is popular. As we age, magnesium levels tend to drop, appetite changes, absorption declines, and some common medications increase magnesium loss through the kidneys. Diuretics, certain blood pressure medications, and even long-term stress can all lower magnesium levels. When magnesium runs low, muscles become more excitable. They cramp more easily, especially at night. So when someone over 60 takes magnesium glycinate and their cramps improve, their sleep feels deeper and their body feels calmer, it reinforces the belief that this supplement is completely harmless. And I want to say this clearly, magnesium glycinate itself is not bad. It is not toxic by nature. It has real benefits and a strong safety record when used appropriately. The problem begins when we assume that because something is gentle, it can never cause trouble. High absorption is a benefit, but it also means more magnesium enters the bloodstream efficiently. In a younger body with strong kidney function, excess magnesium is usually filtered out without issue. In an aging body, that process can slow down, often without obvious symptoms. This is why magnesium glycinate has earned so much trust. It works, it feels good, and it rarely causes stomach problems. But trust should never replace understanding. To use magnesium wisely after 60, we need to understand not just why it helps, but how the aging body processes it. In the next part, I'm going to explain what happens to magnesium once it enters your bloodstream, how your heart and kidneys are involved, and why this matters more as you get older. Keep watching, because this is where the story begins to change. To really understand where the problem can begin, we need to move away from the pill itself and look at how your body handles magnesium once it enters your system. This is where physiology matters more than marketing, especially after the age of 60. Magnesium is not just a mineral that relaxes muscles or helps you sleep. It is deeply involved in the electrical activity of your body. Your heart does not beat simply because it is strong. It beats because electrical signals travel through specialized heart cells in a very precise pattern. Magnesium plays a key role in controlling how those signals move. It helps regulate calcium and potassium, two other electrolytes that directly influence heart rhythm and blood pressure. When magnesium levels are balanced, the heart's electrical system stays steady and coordinated. The heartbeat remains regular. Blood vessels relax appropriately, which helps maintain healthy blood pressure. This is one reason magnesium is often associated with heart health. But balance is the key word here. Too little magnesium can make heart cells more irritable. Too much magnesium can slow electrical signaling too much. Now, here is the part that often gets overlooked. Your body does not store large amounts of excess magnesium for later use. Instead, it relies on your kidneys to filter out what you do not need. Every day, magnesium circulates through your bloodstream, passes through the kidneys, and any extra amount is removed through urine. In a younger, healthy body, this system works quietly and efficiently. As we get older, kidney function naturally declines. This does not mean kidney disease. It means that the filtration rate slowly decreases with age. Many people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond have kidneys that are working less efficiently, even though their blood tests still fall within what doctors call the normal range. They feel fine. They have no pain, no warning signs, but the kidneys are simply not clearing minerals as quickly as they once did. This matters because magnesium glycinate is absorbed very efficiently. More magnesium enters the bloodstream, which is usually seen as a benefit. But if the kidneys cannot remove the excess at the same pace, magnesium can begin to accumulate gradually. Not enough to cause dramatic symptoms at first, but enough to subtly affect the electrical system of the heart and the regulation of blood pressure. This is why some older adults notice changes that seem confusing. They may feel unusually tired during the day. They may experience light-headedness when standing up. Some notice their heart feels slower, heavier, or irregular at night when the body is at rest. Blood pressure readings may drift lower than expected. These signs are often attributed to aging, stress, or medications, and magnesium is rarely questioned. What makes this especially important is that many people do not realize their kidney function has declined. They assume that because they have never been told they have kidney disease, their kidneys must be working perfectly. But aging kidneys can be less efficient long before any diagnosis is made. When supplements like magnesium are added on top of that, the balance can quietly shift. This does not mean magnesium becomes dangerous for everyone over 60. It means the margin for error becomes smaller, the body becomes less forgiving of high doses, poor timing, or combinations with certain medications. Understanding this physiology is essential because it explains why a supplement that helps many people can create problems for others. Once you see how magnesium interacts with the heart's electrical system and how heavily it depends on the kidneys for balance, the next question becomes obvious. When does magnesium glycinate cross the line from helpful to risky, and who needs to be especially careful? That is exactly what we are going to talk about next. One of the most common problems I see is high-dose use over a long period of time. Many people start with a modest amount, feel better, sleep deeper, or have fewer cramps. Then, without realizing it, the dose slowly increases. One capsule becomes 2, 2 becomes 3. Sometimes the label itself encourages this by listing large serving sizes, and many people never look closely at how much elemental magnesium they are actually taking each day. In a younger body, excess magnesium is usually cleared efficiently. But after 60, the margin for safety narrows. Taking a high dose day after day, week after week, can slowly raise magnesium levels in the blood. This does not cause an immediate alarm. Instead, it creates subtle changes. Blood pressure may trend lower than usual. Energy levels may drop. The heart's electrical signals may slow just enough to be noticed, especially during rest. Another factor that deserves attention is timing, particularly taking magnesium glycinate very late at night. Magnesium is calming, and that is why many people take it right before bed. For some, this works well, but in sensitive individuals, especially older adults, taking magnesium too close to sleep can sometimes overstimulate the vagus nerve. This nerve plays a major role in heart rate and blood pressure regulation during rest. When this happens, a person may wake up with a sense of heaviness in the chest, a slow or irregular heartbeat, or a sudden awareness of their heart pounding in the quiet of the night. These sensations can be unsettling. They are often blamed on anxiety or aging, when in reality they may be related to how magnesium is affecting the body during a vulnerable window when heart rate and blood pressure naturally dip. This risk becomes more pronounced as kidney function declines with age. As we discussed earlier, the kidneys are responsible for clearing excess magnesium. After 60, even mild reductions in kidney filtration can change how the body handles minerals. Many people have no idea this is happening. They feel fine. Their routine lab work looks acceptable, yet the kidneys are working more slowly than they once did, when efficient absorption from magnesium glycinate meets slower clearance by aging kidneys. Accumulation can occur quietly, not dramatic, not sudden, but enough to interfere with normal physiological balance. This is especially important for people who already live with high blood pressure, heart rhythm concerns, or a history of cardiovascular disease. At this point, magnesium is no longer acting in isolation. It is interacting with medications, with blood pressure control systems, and with the heart's electrical pathways. This is where caution becomes essential. Not fear, but awareness and precision. I will continue and go deeper into medication interactions, who is at the highest risk, and the warning signs your body may be giving you. When medications enter the picture, the risk profile changes even more. Many adults over 60 are taking medications to manage blood pressure, heart rhythm, or fluid balance. These medications save lives, but they also alter how electrolytes behave in the body. Magnesium does not operate alone. It directly interacts with calcium, potassium, and sodium, all of which influence heart rhythm and vascular tone. Blood pressure medications such as beta blockers, calcium channel blockers, and ACE inhibitors already lower blood pressure and affect heart rate. When magnesium glycinate is added on top of these medications, especially at higher doses, the combined effect can sometimes push the system too far. Blood pressure may drop lower than intended. Heart rate may slow more than expected. This can leave a person feeling weak, dizzy, or unsteady, particularly when standing up or walking. Diuretics deserve special attention. Some diuretics increase magnesium loss, while others can alter electrolyte balance in unpredictable ways. People often assume that because a diuretic can lower magnesium, supplementing freely must be safe, but the situation is more complex. The kidneys are already under stress from managing fluid shifts. Adding high doses of a highly absorbable form of magnesium can overwhelm an aging filtration system, especially if kidney reserve is already reduced. Heart rhythm medications also require caution. Magnesium can influence conduction speed in the heart. In the right amount, this can be stabilizing. In excess, it can slow electrical signaling too much. Some people notice their pulse feels slower than usual. Others describe a sensation of heaviness, pressure, or an uncomfortable awareness of their heartbeat when lying still. These are signals that should not be ignored. There are also warning signs that tend to appear gradually. Unusual fatigue that does not improve with rest, lightheadedness, especially when standing up, muscle weakness that feels different from normal tiredness, a sense of mental fog. In more pronounced cases, people may notice a slow heartbeat or blood pressure readings that are consistently lower than their usual baseline. These symptoms are often subtle and easy to dismiss, but together they can point toward magnesium levels that are higher than the body can comfortably handle. What makes this challenging is that many of these individuals believe they are doing something healthy. They are not abusing supplements, they are following advice they have heard repeatedly. Magnesium glycinate feels gentle. It helps them sleep. It reduces cramps. So it rarely becomes the first thing they question when something feels off. The key message here is not that magnesium glycinate is dangerous. It is that after 60, context matters, dose matters, timing matters, kidney function matters, medications matter. The same supplement that supports one person beautifully can quietly create imbalance in another. Understanding where magnesium glycinate can become a risk allows you to stay in control. It allows you to use this supplement intelligently rather than assuming more is always better. And once you recognize these patterns, the next step becomes clear. How do you take magnesium glycinate safely at the right dose at the right time for your body today? Now let us turn this into something practical, because the goal is not to make you anxious about magnesium glycinate. The goal is to help you use it wisely, especially after 60, when your body's tolerance window can be a little narrower and the consequences of imbalance can show up faster. The first step is understanding dosage, and this is where many well-meaning people get tripped up. Supplement labels can be confusing because they may list the total compound weight, not the amount of elemental magnesium, which is the number that actually matters. Magnesium glycinate sounds like magnesium, but part of that capsule is glycine and the rest is magnesium. So always look for the words elemental magnesium on the label. That number tells you how much magnesium you are truly taking. For most older adults, a conservative and safer approach is to stay within moderate supplemental amounts unless a clinician has told you otherwise. Many reputable guidelines place the tolerable upper limit for magnesium from supplements at 350 mg per day of elemental magnesium for adults. That number does not include magnesium from food because food-based magnesium behaves differently in the gut, but it does mean that if you are taking a supplement that provides 200, 300, or even 400 mg of elemental magnesium, you should pause and be intentional. More is not automatically better. A very practical starting point for many people over 60 is a lower dose, something like 100 to 200 milligrams of elemental magnesium, and then reassess how you feel over 1 to 2 weeks. If cramps improve and sleep improves, there may be no need to push higher. If you are already taking more than that and you have had episodes of dizziness, unusual fatigue, lower blood pressure than your usual, or a sensation of a slow heartbeat, consider that your dose may be higher than your body needs right now. The second step is timing, and timing can make a bigger difference than most people realize. Many people take magnesium glycinate right before bed, sometimes 10 minutes before they turn off the light because they want it to help them sleep. For a lot of individuals, that is fine, but if you have ever noticed a strange awareness of your heartbeat at night, waking up feeling lightated or feeling off after taking it late, one simple change can help. Move the timing earlier. Try taking magnesium glycinate with dinner instead of right before bed. If you eat dinner around 6 or 7 p.m., that gives your body time to absorb and distribute magnesium before the deeper overnight drop in heart rate and blood pressure. Some people even do better taking it in the late afternoon, especially if their goal is reducing muscle cramps rather than sleep. This is not about one perfect time for everyone. It is about matching the timing to your own physiology and how sensitive your heart and nervous system may be at night. The third step is how you take it. Taking magnesium glycinate with food can reduce sudden shifts in absorption. It can also be gentler on the stomach, even though glycinate is usually well tolerated. Pair it with a meal, drink a full glass of water, and avoid taking it on an empty stomach late at night. That simple habit can make the supplement feel smoother and more predictable. Hydration matters too. Dehydration concentrates electrolytes and can make blood pressure swings more likely. Many older adults drink less water in the evening to avoid nighttime bathroom trips, which is understandable. But if you are taking a mineral supplement, your body still needs enough fluid to maintain stable circulation and allow the kidneys to do their job. You do not need to chug water before bed, but you do want steady hydration throughout the day. Now let us talk about the most important safety filter of all. Who should speak with a doctor or pharmacist before taking magnesium glycinate? Regularly, if you have any known kidney disease, even mild, do not treat magnesium like a casual supplement. If you have been told you have reduced kidney function, if your doctor has ever mentioned creatinine, EGFR, or chronic kidney disease, that is a signal to get guidance. Your kidneys are the gatekeepers for magnesium balance, and when that gate is narrower, dosing must be customized. Also, be cautious if you take medications for blood pressure, heart rhythm, or fluid management. Beta blockers, calcium channel blockers, and certain rhythm medications can interact with magnesium's natural effects on the heart's electrical system and vascular tone. Diuretics can alter electrolyte balance in complex ways. This does not mean you cannot take magnesium. It means you should align your supplement choice with your medication plan. And that is a conversation worth having with a clinician who knows your full history. If you have a history of fainting, recurrent dizziness, very low blood pressure readings, a slow resting heart rate, or an arrhythmia, take that seriously. Magnesium can be supportive for some arrhythmias under medical supervision, but self-dosing in that context is not smart. The safest path is personalized guidance. Now, here is the empowering part. You do not need to fear magnesium glycinate, and you do not need to abandon it if it has helped your sleep or your cramps. What you need is a smarter strategy. Use the lowest effective dose. Make sure you are reading elemental magnesium correctly. Take it with food and water. Shift it earlier if nighttime symptoms have ever appeared. And be especially careful if your kidneys are not as strong as they used to be, or if you are taking heart and blood pressure medications. This is the core message I want you to remember. The goal is not to stop magnesium glycinate. The goal is to take it correctly in a way that supports your body after 60 rather than challenging it. Small adjustments can make a big difference. And once you get the dose and timing right, most people can keep the benefits while avoiding the risks. Let us bring this home in a way that leaves you feeling calm, confident, and in control. Magnesium glycinate is not the enemy. For many people, it can be genuinely helpful for sleep, muscle cramps, and relaxation. The key is using it with the kind of precision your body deserves after 60. Remember these 3 points. First, take the right dose. Do not guess. Do not keep increasing because it feels harmless. Check the label for elemental magnesium and use the lowest amount that gives you the benefit. Second, take it at the right time. If you've ever felt odd at night, a racing or slow heartbeat, dizziness, or you simply feel off, move it earlier. Take it with dinner or in the late afternoon and see how your body responds. Third, make sure you are the right person for it. If you have kidney disease, if your kidney function has declined, or if you take medications for blood pressure, heart rhythm, or fluid balance, talk to your doctor or pharmacist first. That one step can prevent a lot of unnecessary problems. This is what healthy aging really looks like. It is not about taking more supplements. It is about understanding your body and making small, smart adjustments that keep your heart steady, your blood pressure stable, and your sleep restorative. Now do this starting today. If you take magnesium glycinate, look at your bottle, find the elemental magnesium number, and make sure your dose and timing are truly right for you. If you know someone over 60 who takes magnesium for sleep or cramps, send them this video. It could spare them weeks of confusion and help them feel better quickly. And before you go, hit like, subscribe to